Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Azakai here. Unfortunately, I did miss out on the first battle of Miserable versus Tem, which is, I believe it was Templar. Well, we'll get to see in a minute. Um, so yeah, I kind of, well, I mistook the time. It did start earlier than it did start earlier, but I only woke up at 8. Started at 7:30. So we'll be watching the first battle between Miserable versus Templar, and I will add this commentary at the beginning of my of the YouTube video. So please bear with me. So obviously we are attacking on Wall Fort. Both teams deciding to attack on Wall Fort. Actually, we did get to see the pick and ban here. I got the pick and ban here on the Miserable banning Constantinopolis and Tem banning Harbor City. We got Miserable attacking first, in fact. Quite a few Berserkers coming out for both sides, in fact, but more Berserkers coming out for Templars. We got 3 Imperial Arquebusiers being deployed by Templar. Let's see how effective they can be. Musket unit being one of the few basic ranged units which are worth to bring in a tournament setting. Looking at the 5 mauls coming up at Templar, this might be quite a strong. They might be able to destroy every kind of shield wall at the very least. The Berserkers might be a struggle to finish off. 3 mauls coming out for Miserable, but short swords in spades for both sides. 4 only coming out for Templar, but we've got around about 5 coming out for Miserable. 1 short sword, and well, not very many tier 5 units. A nice solid color here for the defender's side as well. We all like majority of purple. Miserable going heavy on this side fortress. Climbing with Berserkers. Does look like Templar not ready for this push. No challenges here on the left-hand side. Right across the bridge. There you go. Miserable going to be probably uncontested here on the B side. Berserkers already rushing up as well. Just climb. Keep climbing. Your units will get there shortly. They won't be able to destroy the bridge as fast as they think they can. They brought a cannon. They brought a culverin. But it doesn't matter. Surprisingly enough, we've got a natural 300 unit disadvantage for the defenders. But that's mainly because there's tons of Berserkers from both sides. Here comes the battle for the B point. The rush is still beginning. That bridge is still up. You need to destroy it. Miserable is got to have to all in it here. Where's the Trebs? You got 13 Trebs available, and it's available right now. Here it comes. Big miss, though. Big miss. Miserable coming in second here with the push. We got some nasty palace guards. Palace guards. Surprisingly, palace guards are not veteran completely one or the other. Doing work right now. Here comes another Treb. You can min-max palace guards very well, in fact. Bam! Nice Treb there. Being pushed off right off the B point. Left side siege tower goes up. Right side siege tower goes up. Middle is not being pushed right now. Does look like the B side push has a failure. You would want to send that bridge down as fast as you can, though. Down it goes. Are those are prefecture archers. Where are they firing from? But the left and right siege tower are up. Good cap. But barely any losses coming out from Templar. Templar doing super well at the beginning here. Recovering recovering the B point after getting rushed like that. Does look like a mass of berserkers weren't good enough. Normally, you'd think a berserker pile would be able to beat out any unit. I mean, they didn't even have a full force there. Palace guards, or maybe their own berserkers challenging them. Templar did bring way more berserkers than Miserable did. Miserable not doing too hot as we speak. Mindlessly pushing up only one siege tower might come to bite them in the ass. That wall is not down yet. Is it a bait? Do they have a Culverin trained on that wall? Are they going to switch for a B? I would switch for a B. I would send at least one guy there. It looks free. Is it dangerous because it looks free? Pike Militia securing the right-hand side. Palace Guard, Loyal Guard does go off to the B point. One guy goes. Here comes some Nafan Guards, some blah. Berserkers beating up these Pike Militia. But the Pike Militia will hold strong. They will eat up those Berserkers in a straight-on battle. Bracing, hold strong. We've got some Palace Guards and some Alphalberdiers coming in now. Trying to charge, but tanks it with the hold position. Hold position, a new defensive ability for the Palace Guards. Very strong indeed. Although the fight for the A point not looking too well. You have too many focusing on this stairs here on the left-hand side. Double Imperial Pike March wrapping around this Loyal Guard right now. Whoa! The Mole, I think just one out there. I think he's going to easily kill this Palace Guard. Imperial Pike right now. Loyal Guards can just constantly brace. Brace them. Otherwise, you're taking damage unnecessarily. There we go. Reform, rebrace. Reform, rebrace. That's what you do with any kind of unit. You want to abuse the animation cancel as much as possible, but the push at A did fail. Both sides losing lots of units. The defending side bringing, actually closing the natural unit deficit massively. More than 300 units down for Miserable from the beginning of the game. This is not good, not good. Mainly because the beginning exchanges are normally the worst for the attackers. You want to full force as the attackers. As the defenders, you can apply other strategies and have weaker units come in. But I do believe Miserable choosing to bring Pike Militias that early on could mean that they did kill some high-value targets, but I doubt it. 800 units, and these are 8 because we do know that Templar don't actually have that many low-tier units, so that's 800. 800 tier 4 or tier 3 strong units. I don't believe Miserable is going to be able to take out those units with the 8. Maybe it's 800, maybe it's not 900 units coming out for Miserable, and it's 900 strong units. Main gate not broken through just yet. We got Metallators firing across. Here comes a Treb. Treb firing down. Don't think it hit anything. Here comes the next push. Much stronger units this time. More. Here comes Imperial Pike March pushing down these Alp Halberdiers. Some Palace Guards rocked up, put in defensive, put in hold position. Here comes some Condottieri rushing into the corner, heading into the Pikes. Does look like it was kind of ineffective because the Imperial Pikes did go down already. Wow, amazingly, some of these Metallitor shots coming in very clean. Although still mostly misses. Both sides shooting Metallitors at each other. Some of them are hitting. Imperial Pike March now onto some Loyal Guards. The Loyal Guards will hold strong for now, but does look like the heroes will break it. Miserable throwing in units like crazy. Losses on both sides are even, but Templar has evacuated the A point for now. Metallators are still firing. Could be more losses for the attackers. After an assault like that, I would think that half of Miserable is wounded or dying. Miserable has brought out a Northernlands cavalry by the looks of it. Does look like they want to go for a mortar style bombardment phase right now. Bombarding that right side supply point. Not hitting anything valuable. That might be that might be very bad. Very bad. Still 7 trebs available. 740 units for the attackers, 723 units for the defenders. 15 heroes both sides. Less than 7 minutes to go. We're at the C point at Walfort. Walfort definitely not definitely good map for cavalry, but we saw very little cavalry coming up from both sides. Both sides choosing to go super heavy super heavy on the infantry side. Normally, C point is decided by who can get their units to C faster, or it's decided with who controls the supply point. With an infantry heavy setup, you're going to have to rely. You can do well. I mean, knowing that the defenders went with an infantry heavy setup, but with an infantry heavy setup, you can go for the C point, and if you can hold the C point and just kill the defenders as they come in, you can just take the C point as it is without grabbing the supply point. The supply point should come naturally once the C point gets taken, but even if you get the supply point, the defenders can still control the C point. Wasting a lot of shots of Metallators for hitting basically nothing right now. The mortaring and bombardment has been mostly ineffectual. We've only got around about 20 kills. I'm not sure what the strategy for Miserable is for right now, but coming in with half units probably not the best idea. Pike Militia also being deployed. Iron Cap Swordsman, probably good on the charge, will be more stronger than ever. Here are the Imperial Arquebusiers getting ready for the push, but the bombardment is doing its job, pushing off these units, keeping them off this supply point. You want this supply point. You need this supply point. Pike Militia, why did you stall your attack? You either go in or you don't. Pike Militia getting absolutely devastated. Does look like Iron Caps also getting devastated. Metallators and looks like those Arquebusiers are shooting. These are free units, basically. And right next to a supply points mean you can easily resupply. This indecisiveness just lost a free, lost them a unit here. Bombardment actually working out. We got an additional 40 kills in the meantime. Halberdiers will not do you any good against Fortebraccio. Fortebraccio, absolute advantage in attack range against any other infantry. Tundra Human forcing their way through. Does a good job killing that Imperial Pikes and running straight through. Here comes some more Tundra Humans. Cavalry doing its work straight into that ranged units, cutting them down, although they take a lot of shots here. These Tundra Humans on the supply point needs to get their asses over to that, over to those ranged units, clear them up, because those Metallators are still a menace. Here comes some loyal guards. Those loyal guards will hold strong, but not touching the supply point mean that the attackers... Wow, the longsword jumps onto the supply point at the very end of the cap, but the loyal guards are finally breaking down. Longsword doing its best to stay on the point as much as it can. More loyal guards coming in for reinforcements. This is looking good for the defenders. The defenders actually onto the supply point, back onto the supply point. The attackers are running out of steam. No troops in sight. Plenty of heroes, but without troops, they cannot get this supply point. I highly doubt a pile of heroes versus the pile of heroes and units is going to win. One by one, the attackers are getting pushed out. One by one, they are getting caught. Although they have a slight unit advantage now, 100 units, 3 minutes to go. It's going to have to be a rush finish. This longsword absolutely doing work. He's been fighting for several minutes now. Those loyal guards may have taken a beating. An Imperial Pike walk downstairs, not the best idea, but those loyal guards are not braced, so they will fall in easy order. "500 units for the attackers. They need to reorganize for the final assault as fast as they can. Hopefully, they have the strength to do it. 2 minutes, 18 seconds. Not good. With the supply point not capped on the right-hand side, 400 units of the defenders are available, but even though the attackers have 500 units, you might not be able to use all of it. Down goes a mole early. Maybe. Hang on. He's not dead yet. Those Imperial Pikes need to march forward, otherwise they're just sitting ducks. Imperial Pikes on the left-hand side, marching way too far away. Loyal Guards here going to be a menace right now for the Imperial Pike Guards without advance and no flanking shot. Completely outnumbered here on the on the C point. 100 humans doing work in the back. Unfortunately, the main line has already been crushed. We got some Winged Hussars. Winged Hussars going for a loop. Does it get a good charge off? I don't think so. Catching the backside of nothing. Loyal Guard Imperial Pikes just standing on the standing on the C point. Where are your troops? Where are your men? One Imperial Pike march after another, just one at a time. Not good. You need strength in numbers. Does look like a minute to go. I don't believe the attacker is going to have enough strength to push off the defenders at any rate. Berserkers coming in with a small distraction. Berserkers can easily turn the tide of any fight. And the best thing about them is that they will not take any damage, as they can just heal it off or just straight up tank it. This longsword being an absolute unit right now, tanking on 3 heroes, doesn't die, but reinforcement from the defenders will claim the C point as their own. Less than 20 seconds to go. Units dead, miserable. Unfortunately, having only 300 units, though, 3 heroes left. I don't think there's going to be enough time for a spawn. Definitely, Tem has won the first battle. I did get to watch the other battles earlier on. I won't spoil it for you. But a strong performance from Templar. Miserable, unfortunately, unable to take that attack. Well, thank you for sticking around for. Well, this is. I'll be adding this recording to the start of the my upload of the stream. But yeah, that is the first battle for Miserable versus Templar. Templar taking their defense. I wonder how they will do on their attack. Otherwise, anyway, their attack is also wall fort. So Templar are attacking on wall fort. So I've already seen that battle, and well, this is AdSky's recording. Signing off. Oh my god! I'm sorry, guys. I actually just missed the first battle of the 3rd day, but I did get to see the results.
Jeez, battle of the land.
Sorry about that. So, unfortunately, we just missed the first battle of MSR versus Tem. Tem did win their defense on Wall Fort, I believe. Hang on, I'm just going to see if I'm just going to see if I can catch it. So yes, both teams, MSR and Tem both attacked Wall Fort. So MSR attacking first on Wall Fort. Tem just won their defense. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I got the timing wrong. I knew that they would have to run a triple battle. I didn't realize that they shifted the time. I mean, oh god, sorry. I thought it was gonna start at 8, but it started at 7:30 instead, so we're half an hour late. Let's see if I can get the names. I have Misravels? Oh, what the? No, that's not how you say it.
Miseráveis. Miseráveis.
Misraves.
Miseráveis. Miseráveis.
Miserave. Okay, so MSR probably is Miseraves. Okay. Miseraves versus Tem. Who's Tem? I have no idea. Okay, so the Miserables. MSR is probably miserable. I hope it's miserable. MV. Grey Wardens. Is an X-rays and AdVictoriam. You already had race. SoyAgente, Agente, MVP. Ah, Templars, of course. There we go. Okay, it's Miserable versus Templars. I am so sorry. So we just had so unfortunately I don't have unfortunately we didn't get to see the first battle. I will tack on the later on later on I will commentate from the dev stream later on. Unfortunately, I didn't get the first battle for Miserable versus Templars. Oh, now we're just waiting. With Templars winning the defense, we're just waiting for the next battle of. There we go. Here comes the next battle. So this will be Templars attack on Wall Fort.
Win.
Alright, unfortunately, only now we get to see what they are doing. Templar, going with only one tier 5 unit with it, and that is an avant-garde. Means that they'll have plenty of troops to run through. Tons of Tundra humans, but Templar only choosing to bring one Tundra human for their attack. Interestingly enough, I think Miserable is going for a sally out. all of the Tundra humans have been deployed. And they're at the small fort. We're about to see a sally out, I believe, from Miserable. This could be good. Let's see how Templar deals with a sally out from Miserable, and it is Tundra humans, one of the stronger cavalry you'll ever see. And they have moved out. This primary force at the small gates is probably going to get swarmed really hard. Miserable needs to focus on just one group at a time. They cannot split up like this. If you split up like this, you're prone... Ah, man. They shouldn't have engaged so many different fights all at once, but another Imperial Pike goes down. Imperial Pikes are walking constantly. Seeing the exchanges being pretty bad at the beginning. On the right-hand side, they wiped out most of the folks on the left-hand side, but they're moving on towards this supply point. Strength in numbers is what I say. Tertials and Imperial Pikes doing well, actually. A lot of dead horses right now. The losses are mounting, so things that are out of position are getting caught. This Halberdier doing not too bad. Miserable going for another swing around. Takes out some Pike militia, and those Halberdiers finally go down. Ooh. This loyal guard's about to be hit by all from the left side. Does get taken down really fast. Imperial that Pike militia and 4 heroes right now. Berserker's in the mix, catching some Tundra humans. Here comes another charge. They're gonna try to run right through. Unfortunately, it wasn't as successful as the other runs. Right now, tons of exchanges. We're looking at almost 300 kills, maybe. At the very least, I'm gonna say about 300 kills for Miserable, for a bunch of Tundra humans, in fact. That sally out was pretty successful, if I do say so. The only problem now is switching out. Take out that wall, get back up on that wall. None of these siege towers are up yet. This is a good time for... Well, it's going to take a while for Templar to recover from that sally out. Not to mention, we still have some Tundra humans in play. The amazing thing is that I mean, that was good. That was honestly a good sally out. They didn't overstay, but Templar did their best to hold back the cavalry. Lots of high tier units did get taken out. Whether or not it's worth it, we'll get to see in a minute. Miserable picking up only about a 130 lead. Not going to be very much when you actually consider the exchange rate between cavalry and infantry. Tundra humans only having 18 models, while infantry probably have 28 or 32 if it was Pike militia or Imperial Pikes. but definitely losing a lot of their Imperial Pikes will put Templar on the back foot when it comes to the pushing power. One of Templar's members are climbing up the ladder on the front face. Just village watchman. Not sure if it's a bait, but it does look like he wanted to just treb the guys as they come on to slaughter them, but the treb was used just now. So he's got 5 seconds before it can be used again. A little bit of a waste. I think the timing there was messed up by one of the other members. We're off to a good start for the defense. They did get the right side tower up, even though that it's on the minimap. It still says it's moving across. Whoop, am I stuttering? I'm stuttering, just a bit. Another trip goes down. I don't know what it's going for. Whoa! What is that guy on the left-hand side doing? Lots of berserkers coming out for Templar. We did see quite a few of them in the during the unit selection phase. Imperial Guard, Loyal Guards leading the way. We got one Imperial Pike here available for Templar. Miserable tanking shots right now from a mortar that just came down. Wow, this longsword's being very difficult to kill. I thought he was surrounded by 3 guys. Alpha Halberdiers versus Alpha Halberdiers. They're charging point blank at each other. Does look like it's just going to be an exchange. It will go in Templar's favor as it's clearly outnumbered. Here comes another charge from another Imperial. Whoa! Where you going, buddy? The fight's the other way. Did charge in the wrong direction. That was unfortunate. Templar has moved out. Nafan guards clearing out the right-hand side, but Royal Janissaries and I believe there's a Shield Maiden going to try to hold the point right now, but Nafan guard moves up instead. Going to burn down this main pile. Berserkers in the mix for Templar. Berserkers will murder, but they've broken through on the right-hand side. Nafan guards turn around, in fact, and starts burning them down. Templar, why go to the B point? Main fights here on the A point, but gonna have a look. Can't look. That longsword being very difficult right now. The A point's about to be taken. Although we do have some Metallisaur shooting in the mix. They're going down the stairs in quick order. We've got 6 people dead. They might just rush it to the supply point here. All or nothing. Lots of losses for both sides. Miserable actually coming out lower. Much lower. Templar brought back the 150 or 130 unit kills. And they brought it all the way down to up to 90. They made up almost 200, more than 200 units right now. In fact, Templar actually made it to the supply point before Miserable could respawn units. This might be a quick cap. Open the gates! Open the gates! Let your team in. This is going to be probably a fast C cap. Templar definitely beating out Miserable really hard. Probably a sacrifice of the Halberdier Sergeants right now. Nice shot onto that Loyal Guard. That Loyal Guard is probably half dead right now. He cannot stay in the fight. Berserkers finish off the remainder of that Halberdier Sergeant. But Berserkers still alive for Templar. More Berserkers coming up. Imperial Pikes coming out from Miserable, but Miserable Getting burnt down by the Nafan guards. This spear going for them, but there's still 4 Nafan guards left. Nice flank by the Tundra humans, but I do believe most of the pile was already dead. More loyal guards are coming up, but Templar absolutely devastating the defenders right now. This tread will be massive. I would just send the Berserkers in. The Berserkers are strong enough to tank it all. Big hits are coming in. Miserable wants to get onto this C point, but they're barely touching it right now. They have to walk through Trebs, 300 units advantage for Templar, and it's just increasing. Miserable is unable to stand their ground right now, losing ground like crazy. And units. I do believe we're going to probably see some permadeath coming out from Miserable, sorry. They've already made their way all the way to the base point and capturing the B point. Miserable is definitely crushing it here. I think it's just going to be an easy win. Nicely done, Templar. Even though the first section of the with the sally out from Miserable only being semi-effective, but it didn't seem to have slowed Templar when they started to get going. Definitely saw some permadeath coming out pretty early on. About 4 people permadeath, probably at the C point there. And I've been such a fool. I haven't been watching. I've been watching Fire's stream, so I haven't been able to see any of your comments. Sorry, Dan. If you've wrote something, I didn't see it. I only just pulled up Fire's stream. I'm looking over at my own chat since I use Streamlabs. It automatically pulls up my chat. I keep forgetting I need to pull up Twitch on Fire's side in order to watch in order to look at your guys' comments. I'm so sorry for missing the first battle. I'm so sorry for missing the first battle for you guys. I will, I'm wondering whether or not I should take a quick look. I wonder if I could pull it up. Ah. I will, I probably won't do it for the stream, but I'll pull up the. Well, I mean, he was overwhelmed by Village Watchman. I don't know. That musket brought up the Village Watchman. I wasn't too interested in the fight at B, but I think the Village Watchman changed the battle, and honestly, losing to a musket, a longsword, although it's got a lot of sustain, musket has higher killing potential, so I don't think so. Not all the time. I mean, the musket was running both bomb and close combat, so if the musket rotated properly and he probably had grape shot and fine powder, he would be definitely good enough. He definitely should have enough damage in order to kill the longsword. Well, yeah, that was the weird thing. He tried to stay on the point as much as possible, when it doesn't even matter for the longsword because he's a part of the attacking team. He's not defending the point from the musket. He's trying to take the point from the musket. And it's also another question of um, why the longsword was chosen to try to take the B point when something with more killing power would probably be better. Maximizing damage by trying to get behind the musket and probably dish out the largest section of his damage, which would be the with Valor. I'm not sure what skills he was running, but it's probably going to be the standard um, longsword setup. Only the third skill is sometimes changed. You go with Valor, heal, and Clash of Shields. The third basic skill could be either Shield Bash. I run Martial Prowess myself, or some people run Knightly Vow. In that circumstance, his probably best bet was probably to run the Shield Bash. Whew. Congratulations, Don Bodie. Don Bodie actually is the an SA, well, a Portuguese streamer. He said he wanted to commentate for the tournament, and he's gotten huge. In fact, 730 34 viewers. I do hope he keeps growing. Probably one of the only Portuguese streamers right now. I think it was my fault for missing out on the first match there, but we will see the rest of the battles. We have two more battles coming up. We have the Grey Wardens versus ADV being who? AdVictoriam. Victorium? I believe it's Victorium. And then later on we have MVP versus Soy. MVP being MVP, and Soy being SoyAgente. Agente? Ugh. Alright. I have to double check the times on all of my schedules because I basically screwed up really hard just now. The last schedule is AP. Well, Mina division is gonna start tomorrow. Oh no, yeah, tomorrow. Although it'll be fairly fast. Wow, that's although the match is tomorrow, it's gonna be almost an entire week before we get to see the finals. Alright, let's see. Later tonight, we have the actual finals for the. Alright, so on Sunday we will get to see the battles for. We'll get to see the first set of battles for the Mina server, and tonight it's the finals for the Asia server. But but next week, Saturday, a week from now, we'll get the rest of Mina. Okay, so tomorrow is the first set for Mina, but Mina starts at plus UTC midday. Oh my god, that's like 5 hours earlier. So I have to be up at 7, I think, for that. For the first one, anyway. UCC plus 3 would be 12. Oh, no, wait. Since it's midday, it would be 5 hours behind. So, actually, I... Oh, it's only at like 5 o'clock. Alright. And even later, in fact. Next week. Looks like the next battle will start soon. I'm gonna take this time to refresh the clean feed. Since for some reason it just seemed like that timer is going down really fast, if I do say so. Yeah, sorry. Oh, thanks, Dan. It's also early. Right, right, right. I guess they didn't want to cross over with TW time. Man, they have to make everything so confusing. Well, no, I was just lazy to just check the times. I thought it was going to be at the same time every day, but no. What is wrong with me? It's actually at 7:30, although it's only half an hour off. Better put a timer up so I remember. Yeah, nah, Miserable versus Tim, not 7:30, and I missed the first battle. I'm really upset about that. Ah.
We are writing the history. The history about each and every one of us. Legends are not born out of a thin air. They might begin with a charge, with the losing of a single arrow, or with us bravely standing our ground. Both sides speak using cavalry and it's a massacre. Come on, what's gonna be there? More and more blue floating right here through the city gates. We are the ones telling our legend. And this is our moment. We are writing the history. the history about each and every one of us. Legends are not born out of a thin air. They might begin with a charge, with the losing of a single arrow, or with us bravely standing our ground. Both sides be using cavalry and it's a massacre. Come on, what's gonna be there? More and more blue floating right here through the city gates. We are the ones telling our legend. And this is our moment.
Ah, you're lucky then. It's actually even earlier for me. Ah, man. No, we have a new commentator on the dev stream, Jason. Looking better we've had before. All right, let's go. Harbor City, in fact. Coming out for who, though, is the question I'm asking myself. Did I miss the band pick phase, or is it my imagination? I'm going to see if I can grab the caster. Caster did not get any. And just froze on me. No, it didn't. It just faded to black, very strangely. Whew! We got Grey Wardens attacking AdVictoriam on Harbor City first. Not very many cav from either side, but we got a couple of Tundra humans. Just 4 Tundra humans available for the defenders, and... Whoa, someone going with a double cav setup, in fact. Looks like 5 cav... maximum of 5 cav available at any one time, but we have 6 cav in total. Someone going with a double cav setup for the attacking team. very interesting to see if at a this will be interesting if Grey Wardens can still take the A point, because being 1 unit down means Grey Wardens is going to have going to have to make sure that they are strong enough to make up for that 1 unit. Yeah, I don't think they went through the ban pick phase like they did before. Why is it just this morning that my frames are my stream is just hella stable? Is it just does it just hate me during the days on the weekdays or something? Right now we have Grey Wardens actually going close to the wall on the right-hand side and poking out their heads are on the left-hand side. Not very many shooting the siege weapons off the wall, but they're actually doing pretty well for themselves. The left-hand side's already lost one of the cannons. The right-hand side probably still has both their cannons, in fact. But you see, none of the siege weapons on the main line, except for that one Hawacha that no one's manning. Does look like they've started to build. Whoa, take that back. We still have the main Hawachas. They've taken down the cannons and ballistas because I'm blind. And again, with a little bit of a stutter there. Hello, Craven. I am not Fyro. I am other Fyro. I am the new Fyro. And clean feed going to hell again. Come on, come back, please. Down goes the left and the middle side tower. This right-hand side tower might make it, but I might be speaking too soon. Mortars are not the greatest in a siege weapon fight. Well, artillery fight. Hi, Alamus! I missed the first battle. I'm so sad. It started at 7:30 today. Right, Siege Tower actually gets up. Congratulations, Grey Warden. The right-hand side, first generation Siege Tower did get up. So this is actually the second set of matches. This is the second set of matches. You've already missed Miserable versus Templar. I didn't know. I mean, ah, I'm a caster, and I should know the schedule, but apparently I'm shit, so I didn't know the schedule. Yeah, the mortars on the right-hand side did have a good opportunity to smash those falcons. I mean, Metallosaurs. I'm not sure if they completely wiped it, though. I think they only got a couple of good shit. AdVictoriam actually going down, finishing off that hero just now. I'm surprised. Oh, let's see if this Maul gets away. He does, in fact. Takes out the mortar as well. I think AdVictoriam is naturally down around 100 kills. I don't think they've lost too much right now. Thanks, Dan. You're my second eyes. It is too early for me, is it not? No, that's just on me for not sleeping. Well, no, I take that back. I did sleep. I got up, grabbed some water, came online, and be like, "What? The match has already started. What have I missed?" I missed a lot, apparently. So the middle side siege tower got defeated again, but the left-hand siege tower did get up. Two avenues of approach right now, left and the right. Let's see how Grey Warden does look like a split. Let's see how well the defenders choose to act. There's no one on the A point itself, but there are people stacked on the left and the right-hand side stairs. We got some berserkers in the mix, but tons of loyal guards ready to go. Imperial Pike loyal guard setup is quite the norm, but no Forte is very interesting. Forte are much better in a longer fight. You will need a couple to bring up the rear, for sure, for sure. Grey Warden's doing a switcheroo that might go straight through the front gate. Here they come, actually. Speed boosted by a longsword with Knightly Vow. They have presented themselves, a couple of loyal guards going crazy. Enough Namcans on the left-hand side stairs right now, shooting towards massive push, going for the right-hand side. This might be massive. Unfortunately, those shields pulled off. Why not keep blocking? And in the meantime, the right-hand side did push down for the stairs, securing the stairs right now. This killing off the rear guard. Now moving on to finishing off the Imperial Pikes. Grey Wardens probably just smashed the defenders right now. Just the loyal guards in the back holding the rear. Whoa, this split decision might be a mistake. We've got some Royal Janissaries trying to catch something there. Or is it? No, yes, it is Royal Janissaries. Royal Janissaries alone? Looks like they killed the hero. The primary force of... There's some Forte Primary force for for Grey Wardens here is attacking the A point, but it's barely anything here. They smash through the right-hand side. Tundra humans taking out some winged hussars down at the front gate. A lot is happening right now. Down goes the right-hand supply point. Down goes the defenders at the A point. But all of the heroes did make it out. They run, and they better run fast. Because Grey Wardens are definitely doing a lot of things all at once. They've taken the A point. They've taken the right-hand side. And they're fighting the defenders. The defenders are on full retreat right now. They have no ground here at the forward position. So, whew. Losing out. Now, making the unit difference increasing more than 350 right now. I don't know, man. They had... Oh, man. The question is to fight or not to fight. Like, whether or not they were wasting unit is a massive question. In the position they were in is like... The right-hand side got smashed to pieces. Would you have enough discipline to go, okay, the right-hand side just got smashed to pieces. You're on the left-hand side, so you have around about 7 people, roughly, around about 7 people still available to fight. Do you stay, or do you run? The better... Yeah. Definitely, I think the choice of running instead of staying when the right-hand side got smashed to pieces would have been the better option. But when you're in that situation, are you good enough to make that call? Who's good enough to make that call? I think AdVictoriam choosing to defend regardless of the losses did turn out bad for them. But maybe that's just how it is for now. Grey Wardens picked up massively. gained a lot of ground. A fight here on the left side supply point. Just some Tundra humans and some Northernlands cavalry. Northernlands cavalry doing well for themselves, trading evenly with these, or actually coming out on top against some Tundra humans, as to be expected, a one-on-one. But when you got more units than the when the Northernlands cavalry, you can normally beat it. The divide is slowly ever increasing. Not enough pressure here on the main base. The cavalry at the back has done their duty, fighting off a couple of the units and making sure that the defenders are not all there. Massive push has finally begun. Imperial Pikes leading the way. Let's go, let's go. Grey Wardens. No, sorry. AdVictoriam, what are you doing? Where is your reinforcements? Where are your loyal guards? Where are your Imperial Pikes? Loyal guards trying to push back, trying to hold. Nice flank by these Imperial Pikes right behind the primary shield wall. Completely surrounded now. Two of the AdVictoriam short swords will go down. These are your tanks. It just looks all blue here. Loyal guards in the back, holding the rear when they need to be on the front line. There is nothing to guard if your base goes down. We got some tertials coming up, but those Imperial Pikes will just have to tank the shots because there's no shields. Finally, AdVictoriam are just rushing units in, but constant Imperial Pike March coming out from Grey Wardens, constantly suppressing this front line. But I think Imperial Pike Marches have ended for Grey Wardens. Imperial Pikes coming out for AdVictoriam, but lots of heroes are dying, lots of units are dying. I take that back. A last Imperial Pike March coming out for Grey Wardens does smash the remainder of those Imperial Pikes. Massive disadvantage, units dying like crazy, more than 600 units, and Grey Warden takes the attack. Whew! Grey Warden definitely showing they're a step up from the other team. An impressive display of I do say. Grey Wardens, I do believe you're going to take it 2-0. AdVictoriam's got a steep hill to climb right now after that kind of defense. Grey Wardens playing the mind game against them as well, keeping them on their toes at the very least. Good to see the usage of the cavalry as a mere distraction. It did keep AdVictoriam on their toes, though. Grey Wardens crushing it in like the overall strategy as well. I was pretty impressed about the switcheroos they were pulling off here. Great display of coordination here. I think the callouts for callouts for Grey Wardens are absolutely massive. Not only the distraction on the left-hand side supply point, but also the switch from the left-hand siege tower to the gate, crushing the right-hand side from an emergency split, emergency gate. Hello, Baron Jet. Is it that bad? Okay, Jason probably sounds like he's very uninterested right now. At least, I think the best casters are the two girls. Even Bread and the other guy are not that good. Yeah. I think lurking bear and another girl normally. Oh no, maybe not. Like they have like three girls, like the K, Yo-Yo, and the K, Yo-Yo, and lurking bear. So normally when Yo-Yo's around, it's pretty good. Good English makes a big difference. Yeah, definitely. The one with the hat is pretty cool. Yeah, I love the hat. The hat is amazing. They should do the full dress up. I want to see if they made the mask because the hat comes from the Oniba attire. So if they have the mask, the hat, and all, that would be so cool. It would be also cool if they had just full on dressed up as the Oniba attire. Yes, yeah. The only like I love the Oniba attire in game, and if someone dressed up as it or like cosplayed that attire, I would that would be super good. Where's my cosplay? When I get big, man. When I get big. Seriously, like if I get big, I'll definitely be like I'm gonna put on all the kinds of weird costumes. Make it my job to entertain you guys. Entertain us. As a pirate after Halloween, I went to OnlyFans cosplay channel. That'd be hilarious. But I'm not Fyro, Baron Jet. I am Azakai right now. AdVictoriam attacking on Harbor City after their massive defeat here. Great Wardens. Let's see if you are as effective at defending as you are attacking. I'd love to see my Royal Janissaries on the field. Surprisingly, no Metallictors coming out for the attackers. We've got two Metallictors, two Nafan guards coming out for the defenders. Also, a lot of Namcans. Surprising. Both sides bringing in a bunch of Namcans. 4 Namcans for the attackers, 3 Namcans for the defenders. Lots of Imperial Pikes, not very many Fortebraccios. We've at least got 2 Fortebraccios coming out from Grey Warden. And just having a quick look, we've got 4 Mauls coming out for the defenders, 3 longswords, only 3 short swords, in fact. Some of the heavy armored classes that are very common in the AP. But we have a ton of short swords coming out for AdVictoriam. We have exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 short swords coming out for AdVictoriam. Not surprising. Thanks, Almus, for the shout out as well. Yes, please. Hopefully, you guys, if you guys enjoy my commentary, please come watch me on my own stream. If you find me entertaining enough, please do watch when I stream other content besides the tournament. But I do love commentating for the tournament. I will commentate as much as I can. No funny business for now. We just got a standard approach. Unfortunately, I'm getting a bunch of cover right claims for these things. Got Metallitor shooting towards the middle side tower. We got Metallitor shooting towards the left side tower. With only 2, you can't completely suppress all of them. And not to mention, it's going to be a tall order to keep just 2 Metallitors suppressing 3 siege towers. Well, all of the siege towers did go down, and, what have I done? What the hell? Where did my day 14 go? Where did my day... Oh my god, no! I just realized that my day 14 has disappeared. But left-hand side, AdVictoriam coming in through the left-hand side pretty heavily here. We got Loyal Guards, Imperial Pikes, and some Pike Militia. Grey Wardens do see them, but they haven't reacted just yet. Here comes Metallitors. Nice hit. Dead bodies on the ground right now. Running away, trying to dodge the fire, leaving the Pike Militia to their death instantly failing that left-hand side push. Wait, I missed a gate push? Did they actually fight anyone on that side? I'm pretty sure they just got... I think they just walked right through and just got shot. But I'm... Only one musket and longbow defending. Oof. And I just realized that my naming conventions was wrong, so that's actually probably fine. Right hand siege tower goes down again. Middle side siege tower looks to be on fire, but down it goes as well. It's going to be a while for the left-hand side to get moving, but I do believe they're restocking their Metallators for new fire. We've got actually 3 Culverins in the corner here. Get up on those siege towers. Treb those Culverins. You've got 15 Trebs, AdVictoriam. What are you doing? Grey Wardens definitely having an easy time keeping these siege towers suppressed. The left side gate, even though it's free, didn't turn out too well when that last time they sent out a group. Definitely doing work on these towers. Also, good timing on when they get destroyed. Probably on the left-hand side. You see, let the towers get really close, then destroy them. You want to maximize the amount of time. You could have actually waited for that tower to get a little bit closer. We've already passed the critical point. 8 minutes is the critical point, I say, for the attackers, because once it's past 8 minutes, you can't wait for the siege towers anymore. Now, with less than 6 minutes to go, we're going through the front gate, it seems. We've got Fortebraccios already here. Front gate's going to be a death sentence, left and right side. They need to completely destroy one of the sides almost instantly. They haven't even reached the side gate yet? They walked through the side gate. The side gate's completely free. This is the interesting here thing as well. Metallisaur fire from both sides. Infantry on both sides. They're already being suppressed on the left-hand side by Imperial Pike March. But the Imperial Pike March gets absolutely devastated. The main pile getting shot from both sides. I mean, what is that? Both sides just keep constantly fighting right now. You don't know which side's winning out, but looks like the left-hand side is slowly winning, but more reinforcements keeps going there. I'm not sure, but it does look like the right-hand side is holding strong. Nafan Gazan on the right-hand side do blow up. Well, does Great Warden from the right side push up? We got some Palace Guard pushing up, taking out the Nafan Guards at the back. But I do believe the attacking force is basically next to nothing right now. Just some Alp Halberdiers that came in for reinforcements. Shield Maidens also still remaining. Those Metallators will go down. There's plenty of heroes there. But no troops. All of the troops have fallen. Both sides taking heavy losses. Indeed. Even if AdVictoriam takes the A point, with this push. They wouldn't have enough time. A only gives you 4 minutes. And right now, we've already hit 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes, and we still haven't taken the A point. We're not even on the wall properly. That push through the main gate was a massive loss for Grey Wardens. Grey Warden only has to deal with loyal guards. Keep these loyal guards off the point. It does look like they took out the hero, in fact. They can take the A point. But whether or not they're gonna, whether or not they have enough strength to take the base, we still have 1,000 units for either side. Interestingly enough, Grey Wardens do let AdVictoriam take the wall, even though I do think the right-hand side still had units to spare. But they've come out in force. No ground has been made inside the city just yet. Right-hand side supply point is pretty stacked, if you ask me. We got some Imperial Spear Guard. Love to see those guys, even though they are the best shields around. They're not, well, they're the best shields defensively. Loyal Guards still beat them out in terms of versatility and just general damage. Also, the brace ability is quite strong. A wall of Pavis. Left-hand side push. AdVictoriam doing work right now. Here comes the flood of heroes from the right-hand side. Grey Wardens may be caught by surprise, but if Grey Warden keeps this supply locked down, they might surround AdVictoriam. They've realized that the right-hand side was pretty stacked. It's going to be a slow battle. We've got cavalry just devastating a Imperial Pike, forcing their way through to the remaining. Whoa, AdVictoriam is on the run, in fact. Another charge by Hussars running down AdVictoriam. 5 people have died. AdVictoriam switching again to the right-hand side. You need a standard fight with what you got. Those that are getting caught out. Village Watchmen, just stand and fight. No point continuously running if you're running away from something that's faster than you. Grey Warden's not giving up on this right-hand side either. They're switching back again. This is great if you have cavalry. You can beat out infantry. Nafan Guards and Imperial Pike March going to destroy this Tundra Human. But Tundra Human's going to force their way through, and that's what they do. We've got some Sword Militia trying to fight, but they will get instantly deleted. These Namcans are useless to you. They're going to fall like butterflies. I don't know what I'm saying, but Expedition Knight's going to get burnt down by the Nafan Guards. These Namcans also getting shot to pieces by just Tertials. Here comes a Treb, but the Treb's not going to change the situation. Good hits on a Pavis. AdVictoriam just getting ran out by Grey Wardens right now. Massive losses. Almost 200 unit advantage for Grey Wardens right now. Definitely Grey Wardens doing a good rotation from both supply. But I also think AdVictoriam rotating is a bad decision. If you're going to fight, you got to fight. You got to focus your strength. Your strength is not to trick the defenders. It is to beat the defenders. You want them weak. You want to attack their weak points. Otherwise, if you keep not fighting the defenders always have the advantage of picking the battle. Very hard to force the battles to, very hard to force the attackers to take fights that they don't want. They're trapped back. They're trapped behind the main gate yet again. 3 minutes to go, and we still not even have it. We're still not inside the city. Loyal Guards leading the charge, but with a suppression of, with a natural suppression of the main gate, left and the right, We got plenty of stacks here. It's going to be a it's going to be a slaughter for the defenders. Or is AdVictoriam going to break through the barricade? Knife Iron Guard's burning down the this left-hand side. I'm just going to call it the left now. Right-hand side getting devastated. AdVictoriam actually winning. Here comes some Winged Hussars. Strangely enough, Winged Hussars do get stopped, though. Do believe those are bottom line Winged Hussars, unfortunately. Getting stopped by just Pike Militia. Or did they get stopped by something else? Normally you go bottom line with Winged Hussars and they just ignore race weapons. Unfortunately, Grey Wardens are much better. Or the natural defensive position for Grey Wardens have won them the day. This left-hand side stack just crushing it right now. Imperial Pikes March. Whatever's left of AdVictoriam is definitely not enough to defeat the 700 units of Grey Warden. 300 units for AdVictoriam. That is past the critical point. Just the heroes. We've got 1 Imperial Pike, 2 heroes from Grey Wardens here at the backside versus 3 heroes. Not completely outnumbered, but definitely outmatched right now. 1 goes down. That Jewel Blade crushing it right now, instantly deleting one of the heroes. Going to catch this Maul in a second. Does look like one of the other guys just books it. For the last minute, it's just going to be a manhunt, I believe. Grey Warden has an absolute advantage. 7 heroes down, and I think a couple of permadeath. AdVictoriam losing out. Grey Warden definitely showing that they know what they are doing. AdVictoriam definitely not choosing battles that are favorable for them. But then they're not terrible. They can still beat out Grey Wardens in circumstances, even at a disadvantage. The only problem is that it wasn't good enough. Grey Warden just shows to be better. Wow, the Poleaxe tracking that Jewel Blade even in stealth. And that's it. Grey Wardens versus AdVictoriam. Grey Wardens win. Stop bullying archers. I will not stop bullying archers. Ranged units can go suck it because they're terrible. They're actually terrible. Even in a team setting, they're even worse. The main point is that because archers are so easy to kill, the moment they appear, any hero from the opposing team will just delete them. Especially musket. Yes, Almas. Like, musket with that black powder bomb is the main killer for ranged units, I think. It used to be explosive arrow. It was really funny because explosive arrow used to do twice the amount of damage, and it does now. And literally, longbows would just throw explosive arrows at you like crazy. And if they saw archers, archers would die instantly. I have no idea. I don't know why they picked Namcans. Even for the defenders side, I don't know why they filled out with Namcans as well. I mean, it kind of... I mean, I didn't even see the Namcans from the defending team come out yet. So, they still had a lot of reserve. They only ate through about half their units. And they didn't even get down to some of their weaker tier units. So, AdVictoriam probably didn't pressure Grey Wardens enough. But, looking at the kills, a lot of permadeath, in fact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 permadeath for AdVictoriam. It's so refreshing to see a different kind of battle, because I think I'm too used to watching AP Asia Pacific battles. So when we get to see when we get to see Grey Wardens versus AdVictoriam in this circumstance, we get to see some other kind of thinking, and it was impressive to see other strategies as well. Well, not other strategies, but like the way they pull them off. Different meta indeed. I think this also has to do with the low population issue we have with the other servers. Although it's unfortunate, but it's just refreshing in this sense. Namcan pick is very strange. Again, in a tournament setting, I would never pick any archers, even Namcans. You'd only see Namcans in pub sieges, and there is a reason why you see Namcans in pub sieges, is because in regular sieges, you're less likely to have heroes dive your archers. You're less likely to struggle with a front line. A basic front line for any archer would deter so many people. People just don't look at a front line, oh, I'm going to smash right through it, or I'm going to fight that. No, they look, in this team setting, they're going to be like, am I going to win this battle? How many units they got? How many units did we got? What are the capabilities? They're not going to let archers just keep firing. Once they break through that front line, those archers are useless. They don't dish out enough damage because everything on the front line dishes out way more damage than any archer could do. And not to mention, since archers have, like, ranged units in general have lower health, tertials may be a good pick because the benefit of tertials is that, well, the main thing about musket units is that they have high damage, high fire rate, and high penetration. The main point is the high penetration. There is a lot of units that have shit tons of armor. Almost 1,000 armor on loyal guards alone. I think it's 800 without the doctrines. That is a lot of armor. Namcans only have roughly around about 1,400 piercing. That would mean that Namcans only do 33% of their base damage, but I'm discounting Namcans in this circumstance because Namcan's main damage is not the actual arrow, it's the bleed that it applies. We're going to get MVP versus Agente very soon. Not very soon, but I do believe since the battle starts at 9:30, we have a couple of minutes to sit down. The meta, or the balance between the different types of unit is hard. Not hard. It's imbalanced. Just frankly, it's imbalanced. Infantry units have a lot of health, have a lot of armor. Ranged units have damage. Well, I mean, it's supposed to have a lot of damage, but they have barely any armor at all. They're from South America. They are from the Espada Forest. Espada Forest? Yeah, I believe it's Espada Forest. Okay, oh, hi, Alwyn Baxter. Imperial Archers are close. They're close. The thing about Imperial Archers is that Imperial Archers have Bodkin Arrow. I think Bodkin Arrow increases the penetration damage by 100%. Alwyn Baxter, we actually still have... Wait. No, that's... We still actually have one more battle? One more set of battles. Yeah, we still have the final set. We still have the final set of MVP versus SoyAgente. Anyway, Asian Blazing. Imperial Archers are close because the point is that Imperial Archers don't have as much piercing damage, but the Bodkin Arrow increases. I think the Bodkin Arrow's effect is increases the penetration by 100%. So it doubles their penetration, but it lowers their damage and fire rate. I think the fire rate decreases 25% and yeah, the fire rate decreases by 25% and the damage decreases by 10%. No, Bodkin. No. These are Imperial arrows. I mean, these are Imperial archers with Bodkin. Bodkin arrow is a toggleable because it has a downside. I don't think the Namkhan's bleed effect has very much downsides. It's also a toggleable, but I think they only suffer a fire rate decrease, a fire rate issue. But yeah, going back onto Imperial Archers, they're close. They're almost good enough, but you also suffer the issue with the just Imperial Archers just not having enough health to stay around. They're weak as shit. So anyone just looks at Imperial Archers, they'll get blown up. Imperial Archers do damage. That's not bad. That's good. Yeah, I mean they do well against heavy infantry, and they can switch back off of Bodkin and do well against regular infantry. It's just the problem is that they don't actually their fire rate's actually slow. Their the weird thing is that they have high accuracy. So against non-moving targets, they're almost bound to hit. So this is where efficiency per shot comes in versus muskets, where muskets actually missing is huge. They're expensive at 240, 260. Do remind, any of the good muskets, we've got the Kriegsrat Fusilier, who suffers from ammo problems, at 265. We have the Imperial Arquebusiers at 270, while Tertials cost only 310. So what you're trading out for is an archer that has higher accuracy, as high penetration, because I'm guessing this penetration is going to be massive. That's also a good point. Muskets have the advantage of actually stunning cavalry out of charge. On Harper City, it's better for burst damage. Advent lost because they brought Namkhans to push rather than melee. I don't think that was it. The Namkhans coming in didn't do them any favors. I do agree. But them losing the push was about decisiveness. They went through the front gate. They went to the left side. They switched back to the right side. As the attackers, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice of the battlefield. The defenders have a choice of the battlefield. You have to force the fight. You have to force the fight where the defenders are. You can't make the defenders defend places where it's completely disadvantageous for them. You have to either go for the supply point on the left or go for the supply point on the left. I mean, right. They went for the left, but they didn't fight on the left. They got caught on the left because they did a massive retreat back to the right-hand side. They lost the main push, because one side won, but they were still getting shot. They got devastated by the Metallators. They got devastated by the devastated by just units being thrown at them. Archers did them no favors. I mean, I'll say this: Archers honestly has no place. No matter which archer you want to bring, they have basically no place in a tournament setting because they're too weak. They're strategically they are a they're literally baggage. They're a burden to bring onto the battlefield. They're so weak. They're so easy to kill. Not even if you're an archer hero. Longbows bring muskets. Muskets are tanky enough to tank a shot. The whole point is that archers not strong enough. Don't bring any other ranged unit besides musket or pavis. I only say pavis because the other two crossbows, which is a tier 2 and a tier 3, and then you also have the tier 3 rattan marksman, which is also classified as a crossbow, but it's like a machine gun. They're worthless. They're literally worthless to you. They don't give you any. They're not strong enough to stand on their own, and they're not strong enough by itself to be in the fight. Because one thing, you have to protect your ranged units. The only advantage ranged units really bring is that they can always be attacking. Infantry still outputs way more damage than ranged units. The only problem is that the amount of contact infantry units have against other units is lower. You have all 24 however many units in that range pile shooting and dealing damage. But realistically, how many units on the front line for infantry are fighting? I would say about half. You have to force your infantry units in. Units that are good at forcing themselves to contact against the enemy are great. Brace type units, anything with brace, Imperial Pikes with their advance is great because they're affecting an entire area. Loyal Guards are great because they have a shield and they have a brace. Other pike units are good, but use them for charge. Charge, what does charge do? They get them in the fight, not to mention to do damage. I'm sorry to say, Asian Blazon, archers are just useless. In a competitive setting, it's not good enough. They're too weak. Their health is too low. They don't do enough damage, and frankly, they're a burden. They're a burden to have. They're a burden to use because there's so many things that can kill them. That is correct, Dan. The only good archer unit is a longbow hero. Frankly, yeah. I mean, the longbow hero is also the bane of all ranged units. If a longbow is on the field, you have to be very careful about where you position because you can instantly just lose from the fact that the ranged unit is there. I mean, you have as a hero, you have so much control over where you position. Yeah, longbows are important. You have best range, the best range on the longbow. I wish they kind of boosted the longbow's damage at longer range. Take him out one at a time. That's the most annoying thing. Because longbow always has the potential of taking out a unit at a time. They always have that pressure. Even though it's small, it's still pressure. And especially against units that are susceptible, especially range type units, they're gone. Like the tier 5 range units, exactly. Metallators are gone. You need to protect your ranged units. Ranged units that can't perform, especially archers, are just a burden. A single longbow can take out an entire archer unit in no time. And in fact, your archer unit will probably be running around trying to get into a position where it can deal damage instead of standing and fight. Because there's no point in running around if you're just going to get shot anyway. You're better off just trying to deal as much damage as you can and just trading. Because once you lose one guy, you're going to lose another guy. The archer's not going to miss because a longbow in a good position is just going to kill all of your archers. There's no point in dodging. There's no point in dodging counterfire. You may as well just fire back at the enemy. The only problem is that if both archers are shooting at each other and one's more accurate than the other, you're gonna well, I mean, arrows per accuracy per arrow, like DPS wise, you can trade archers very well if they're both archers. But against a longbow hero, you're never gonna kill a longbow hero with an archer unit. Not in a tournament, because if a longbow hero dies to an archer unit, that's hilarious. Because not only does a longbow automatically outrange any archer unit, a longbow should also have high accuracy, and also they can dodge for a fact. I mean, if you don't dodge as a longbow hero, you're probably terrible. I like how people say longbow is weak. Longbow's not weak. Well, I mean, longbow can be weak, but it's still important. It's OP in its position. It is undisputable the best hero for long range harassment, or just like long range damage. Shortbow can't do it. Musket can't do it. Shortbow has a medium range. It can kill some things at short range, but shortbow has the risk of just getting shot back at. Like, if you're not on a wall and you're on the ground, the shortbow has to be behind a front line because because it's already too close. A shortbow distance is only slightly longer than the natural range of muskets, but muskets normally target at around about 80 range anyway, even though their effective range is like, oh wait, no. It's hard to say because the musket hero has even shorter range than musket units, and it's really funny that the musket itself, the musket hero class itself, their drop off is like set. Past a certain range, they can't even hit anything anymore. Shortbow as well. Past a certain range, they can't hit anything. So I mean, I'm guessing for the ranges because I think the maximum range for a shortbow is roughly around about 80 meters, while for a musket, I'm guessing it's around about 60, probably less. It's hard to it's always hard to gauge the importance of range. Longbow is king. Is always going to be king in its position. Yes, quite short. Its absolute power is in the value of its range. Its damage is kind of low when you compare it to the shortbow, who can fire off like 3 arrows before the longbow even shoots its second one. I think so too. You can throw your bomb further than you can shoot sometimes. Especially if it's off a wall. But the longbow still does consistent damage at a much further range. I mean, can't wait for a tier 5 archer. The tier 5 archer would basically have to shoot javelins in order to be effective. To like, if the tier 5 archer is anything like we've seen before, it's going to be worthless. It's going to be absolutely worthless. They either have to shoot arrows like they have to shoot arrows like it's like they're bloody Robin Hood, like bam, 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 bam. Like seriously, you gotta have, or maybe exploding arrow. That would be hilarious. Exploding arrow tier 5 archer, maybe, but yeah, the the tier 5 archer has basically, because we know that the minimum kind of range for a tier 5 is about 300. Constantinopolis! Wow, we're straight into the battle. I don't think we got to see the pick ban on our side. I think they did see it on the other side, but maybe the technician is lazy this morning. No, it has to be in the English season. There's no way. Wait, what archer comes from America? What archer would become from America? I don't know. Anyway, we have SoyAgente versus MVP on Constantinopolis. Having a look at the lineup right now, we got quite a few tier 5s coming out for MVP. Whether or not that's going to be effective. Wow, we have a lot of Nafan guards. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Nafan guards coming out for MVP. Only one Nafan guard coming out for Soy Agente. But equal numbers of front line. So this is not going to be good if MVP loses those Nafan guards, but they have 5 of them. Maybe if they can protect those Nafan guards, definitely going to pull out all, going to stop all of that infantry easily, burning down the entire army. Is not going to be a surprise with this number of Nafan guards. This is the thing. Ranged units are instantly hampered by the disadvantages they are given. They have low armor, no health, and the fact is that they shoot too fast. They shoot too fast. I say this because they shoot too fast, but they don't have enough damage. Per arrow is really weak. Longbows have a slow attack rate, but the good thing about longbows is that it's balanced against archers because they one shot most archers. And this works out for the balancing of longbows because of their slower attack speed, but they're almost guaranteed to hit. They have eye accuracy. Not to mention their Overwatch ability is great for like aiming. They're really great at aiming. You just place it on somewhere and they'll aim some guy off to the left or the right. The only problem is that vassal longbowmen are only good versus other units which are weak. It's not balanced for higher tier units. That's the problem. Longbows, for all they're worth, is basically a trash killer. And they're not even the best archer versus archer. The best archer versus archer is actually prefecture archers, who dishes out DPS at such a high rate that I don't think any ranged unit can beat out a prefecture archer. I mean, I say that, but I'm pretty sure muskets can tank a shot or two. Anyway, we're gonna go back to the battle for now. Good thing we didn't see any archers come out from these teams. Does mean that they know what they're doing at the very least. Prefecture archers just slap. Well, yeah, the thing about prefecture archers is that they have low damage and low penetration, but they have crazy attack speed. So the low damage is beneficial because, again, archers having basically no health, doesn't matter if they have low damage, if you still die within 1 or 2 shots. Prefecture archers shoot basically 5 arrows before a longbow can shoot a second one. That's how fast they fire. And not to mention, I mean, Vanguard archers actually have the highest damage among all tier 3 archers. highest damage, highest penetration among all tier 3 archers. It's really hilarious that people downgrade the Vanguard archers so much. It's only because their special ability attack move is so shit. I think one of the funny thing is that before they changed how tracking works, using Vanguard archers to rush other archers. No defenders in the tunnel. Yes, very interesting. We got Soy rushing through. Normally you see a pile here, but no one here on the stairs. Yeah, but that's the notion. Vassal Longbowmen are only good at killing other archers, other units which are weak or susceptible to them. They're completely worthless when you try to shoot anything, when you try to even shoot tier 3s. They've spotted them. Whoa! They've gotten this supply point anyway. What is... This is dumb. This is so dumb. If they lose the A point, Soy can rush straight up to the C point, but MVP has no reinforcement point. The reinforcement point is on the left. You know how far that is? Iron Reapers charging point blank. Royal Janissary is also fighting. Iron Reapers still in the charge mode, so they're technically still invincible. Nafan guards both firing at nothing, just keeping them away. Also, some grape shots. The main gate needs to push in, but I don't think there's anyone in the main gate. Looks like MVP is trying to push up. Does look like Soy just lost one of their members. This is the bad thing for Soy, because their units will retreat right in front of them. The rest of MVP moving up towards the stairs. It's a stair battle. Not very good for pikes. Iron Reaper's just gonna tank it on. Nafan guards will do a work here the moment anything pops up. Look at those photo rushers. Just walks right in there and just die instantly. Funnily enough, we have a unit advantage going for the defenders still. I think Soy taking massive losses. They're trying to hold their stairs like their lives depend on it. Wait, is those NAM cans? I didn't see those NAM cans, but they're too close and they're undefended, instantly getting wiped. This A point probably will get taken. Only Imperial Pike Guard left for the defenders, but 3 heroes have rocked up, so maybe 2 more units are coming. Does look like a second unit of Imperial Pikes. Here comes the march. But completely outnumbered and outmatched, probably. We're not going to see any more defenders. They're doing a massive retreat towards the C point. But the trade of units does seem to be in the favor of MVP. Just stick him outside gate, yeah. Bad position, bad position. Whoever the controller of Soy, bad positioning. Soy is probably just gonna losing like valuable units for free. Like this is the worst thing. Archers cost so much, but they're still so easy to kill, regardless of the tier. A surf unit could kill an archer faster than an archer could kill a surf unit. Well, I mean, if it has a shield. If it's probably just pike, if it's just probably village militia, it might struggle. You could XV it and probably win. The auto target on Vassal Longbowman, Mong, is the best part about Vassal Longbowman. The only problem is that again, as an archer unit, it's just not worth it. It's worthless when you're attacking targets that are not like weak to you. If it's not another ranged unit, Vassal Longbowmans don't perform very well. you will do amazing. Like don't get me wrong. If you're doing what the Basil Longmen are designed to do, and that is to kill other archers, they will do amazing. Yeah, if you're gonna bring Nam cans, bring javelin militia, bring Dipmain javelins. They would do way better than those Nam cans in this circumstance. A team setting does not allow for weakness because the whoa MVP going for a sally out. They're not going to take these. They're not going to take this mortaring for free. Takes out the culverin. Takes out the culverin. We're going to see that mortar taken down in quick order. Looks like a treb, not on the main line, but on the left-hand side. Big mistake. Rushed out, getting crushed. In fact, just Pike Militia, but they're going to let. But with the sally out, the left-hand side does push in. Soy MVP short sword going to fight another two short swords. Just a hero, just ignoring the front line there, hilariously. Soy definitely doesn't. Yeah, like this is amazing because what's probably happening is that the Nafan guards are devastating every front line. Look at every single Nafan guard. Even if they lose one, they still have 4 more. They have 5 Nafan guards. MVP is just crushing it on the front line, destroying every single battle right now. We've got 300 unit advantage, almost 300 unit advantage. And look at the quality of the unit. Down to, we've seen a lot of Pike Militia come out. We've got a full unit of Loyal Guard. Basically nothing for Fortebraccio and these Tertials. Soy, not gonna lie, I think MVP is just gonna push you down in a couple of seconds, and it's not gonna look pretty. No, Fortebraccio is getting knocked down by Imperial Pikes. So if MVP got Imperial Pikes, actually, Nafan Guards, just burn them down. Just burn them down. Nafan Guards outrange the long pikes of Fortebraccio. Here comes another forward push. Nice treb this time, but it's just on the backside because you still haven't dealt with the front section. It's just a massacre right now. Condottieri's beating themselves on top of our Loyal Guards, but the Loyal Guards do defend. Royal Janissaries, Iron Reapers doing work. Nafan Guards, I would love to see the kills on the Nafan Guards because the Nafan Guards are probably the best unit for MVP. MVP not even slowing down with the Iron Reapers. Iron Reapers going straight in. Haven't even attacked yet. Here we go. One smack. Bunch of bodies on the floor. Here comes... Whoa! Although that Winged Hussar did come in, that Fortebraccio held off well, slaughtering most of the Winged Hussars. Actually, a good dodge. In fact, the Iron Reapers almost dodged that completely. I think it's just going to be a manhunt right now. MVP running the attackers out of their city, running the attackers down, in fact. Northernlands Cavalry versus Iron Reapers. Iron Reapers are tanks. Unfortunately for you, Iron Reapers also have the benefit of just ignoring the fact that you're Northernlands Cavalry. This is, I mean, we're seeing some units of heavy infantry just doing the thing they were designed for, and it is awesome. Royal Janissary versus some Condottieri. These Condottieri just beat up some Iron Pagodas. Iron Pagodas, unfortunately, just falling down. Cutting their way down the stairs. One Condottieri's fall does look like those... Does look like Prefecture Guards fighting some Condottieris. These Condottieris are slowly dying. Tertials being exposed, getting rushed already. Again, bad thing about ranged units is that they're susceptible to rushes. We've got some Iron Reapers getting caught by some heroes and some berserkers, Odin berserkers. My question is, what are you doing? Stop these berserkers. Here comes the smack 'em, smack 'em. Pike Militia, they haven't stopped the sally out. Less than 200, I mean, 200 units for the attackers. Attackers going down one by one. Only 8 of them left. 7 now. MVP constantly rotating between the forces. We've got 5 guys here on the front, 2 guys on the right-hand side. Permadeath definitely coming out. Trebs being used like crazy, trying to kill units after unit. This is competitive spawn killing, I see. Definitely competitive spawn killing right now. Defenders are definitely all over the place. This is what I like to see. Don't sit back. Don't sit back as the defenders. Be aggressive. Be proactive. Fight the defenders where you want to fight. Although the Northernlands Cavalry do beat their way through, here comes a remainder of what seems to be of an Imperial Pike Guard. But those Royal Janissaries won't die to an Imperial Pike March. They will just turn around, stand back up, and clean those Imperial Pikes up real fast. Although, where are they going? They've now ran off. My favorite unit. Not finishing off the Imperial Pikes is sad. We have 4 whole minutes. MVP deciding to fall back into the C point. Does look like they want to hold. Funnily enough, although the exchanges have been quite even at the end point, I think they have realized that they're not too good at hero killing as they think they are. Mainly because a lot of heavy armor classes does make it difficult for both sides to kill each other. Bye, Dad. Is this round 2 of mortaring? I mean, honestly, you're down to next to nothing. Maybe you gotta get every advantage. You need to get every advantage you can get, but here comes, like, they've done this 3 times. How did you not expect this? MVP comes out once more. It's just a slaughter right now of low tier units. They're running down Soy like they're nothing. It's a massacre. 5 people from Soy probably just died right now, chasing the remaining 4. No units. We got down to 20. This is amazing. 20 units. This is the lowest I've ever seen the unit count before. Are we going to hit 0? Is someone just going to bring out the remaining 20 units and it's going to hit 0? Two heroes left. I mean, not giving up. Don't give up. I mean, I might be a defeatist here, but my negative Nancy is just like, just let them kill you. You got 2 minutes left. You may as well just either leave or let the enemy kill you. This is a devastating defeat for the attackers. I'm actually quite impressed. After the positioning, of the defenders at the beginning, I thought they were at a disadvantage, but they won in terms of unit. Like, I think they won in terms of units, trading the units with the attackers, and it just shows how aggressive these defenders were, and how you can play as an aggressive defender. Absolutely crushing it here. Oh no, for sure, for sure. AP definitely has matured into what we expect from Conqueror's Blade. Right now, South America is kind of in its early stage where we get to see good and bad plays. We get to see good and bad strategies. Maybe. I mean, trading out the Imperial Pikes, I mean, trading out the Fortebraccios for Imperial Pikes when you're being this aggressive? If, I mean, if more attackers. Oh, maybe. I don't know. The defenders were super aggressive. Even if you had Pike Wave after Pike Wave after Pike Wave, sometimes Imperial Pikes are just not good enough, especially when you've got Loyal Guards to tank. Unfortunately, we got less than about 30 seconds left to go. Even if I would, as the defenders, I wouldn't even bother letting them take it. Just finish them off. They're not making it easy though. Hopefully, there is. Looks like with the remaining guy is just going to stand outside. Fast-paced first battle. This is what I like to see, the aggression in the air. Early stages, early stage Conqueror's Blade, where the teams are not sure of themselves, or where the teams can be cocky like this. Wow, that last two guys remained. No, three remained on their last lives for the attackers. It would be hard. You would be hard pressed to see this kind of defense in AP. I do believe that it's just the maturity of the South America hasn't reached that level. Considering that this is actually South America's second tournament. We got, well, no, technically third. The first one wasn't done very well. The second one only had, oh wait, the first one only had like 4 guys. Uh, Mina should only be on their second tournament. So maturity. More features for maps to be analyzed, like private lobbies, and more information about units. More information about units. I 100% agree. I want to know how fast ranged unit, like, I want to see the attack rate of a ranged unit. I want to see the exact values of abilities. Yeah, 4 times. This would be the 4th tournament in SA, apparently. Thanks for the correction there, called Demis. I do believe Mina would be either on their second or third one. Might be closer to third. The maturity level, I believe we're going to see next season. South America is going to hit the next maturity level. And the next maturity level is what you saw from the Asia Pacific tournament last season. Although it was a cab-heavy season, this infantry-focused play on the South America side might be an after effect of the balancing, and probably didn't get to experience the true experience of coordinated cavalry assaults. AP's still kind of relying on the tried and true ultimate cavalry charges, getting those devastating 100 kill winged hussar massacres. But next season, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of game changes because new units, new balancing, and especially for hero balancing. Always interesting to see how hero balancing is going to go. We got to see the best thing about this season is the balance to block breaking. Swords and Shields, 60% up across the board. All of the classes got their block breaking boosted yet again. The Mole got decreased massively. Love to see this kind of balance. The most important thing is how your mechanics are balanced. Maul used to be able to block break nearly everything. Nearly every single of his attacks instantly block breaked. That has changed. This season, they can't do that anymore. Although that doesn't stop Maul from being the best shield breaker. It's still the best shield breaker among the classes, but it's not as strong as it was before. I'm not going to say it's not OP though. I still believe Maul is OP. I just wish that Fast Forward was nerfed to the ground and all of its base abilities were increased. When I say base abilities, I mean like the charge abilities definitely need a base increase because it's too difficult to charge any of your abilities mid-battle. The step the multi-attack abilities, you never get off because you either get interrupted or the beginning ones are just not worth it because they just don't do enough damage. Swords and shields have been massively pushed up in this season. Considering that South America is taking advantage of a lot of infantry, I wouldn't be surprised if there was more swords and shield, because swords and shields counter Imperial pikes. Like, not Imperial pikes. Counter pikes right now. Charging, like, a shield charge going straight at pikes will win. They don't take any anti-charge damages anymore because they block while charging, which is the most important thing, because if they block while charging, their block will block all of the brace damage, and they're right up against pike units. Pike units in brace have a dead zone of about 1 unit, so if they're right up against the unit, that pike can no longer hit them. It's so important. It's so important to know what unit's good against what, and how mechanically everything works. Nafan guards, in Metallitor's, most important thing why they're broken, or why they're basically overpowered, is that nothing can block them. They just raw damage, fire, and like, see, raw damage and CC. This is what makes Nafan guards and Metallitor's the best, like, units that can go absolutely crazy. But you have to protect them. It's easy to rush them. They're ranged units. And they're not particularly easy to kill either. Nafan guards, I'd say, a little bit easier to kill. But Metallitors, they're roughly around 5,000 health. I mean, muskets have more health than that. I mean, Tertials do anyway. But diving on, as long as you protect the Metallitors will return, like, will have massive returns. Nafan guards will have massive returns. That flame curtain will do absolute work. We saw 5 Nafan guards come out for MVP, and I think having that number of Nafan guards, and having 1 Nafan guard at the very least on every front, did amazing. Soy not taking out the Nafan guards, or maybe they were taking out the Nafan guards, and they just could not deal with each subsequent fight after each Nafan guard just burns down an entire pile. It's just amazing what you can do with Nafan guards when you have them available. When you have units available because of their abilities. This is the kind of things I like to see. Royal Janissaries, great brawlers. We saw that MVP loved to just fight the defenders. Just fight. We got to see Iron Reapers charge in. One of the best, if not the best, infantry charges. It's unstoppable. Iron Reapers are tanky as. They also have a natural heal in its veterancy line. Iron Reapers are no slouch in terms of damage this season. Not to mention against heavier armored targets. It's got 1800, I think. 1800 blunt penetration. Although it's only have 1400 blunt damage. When they're charging, it's a 300% damage. It's 300% of their base damage, meaning they're going to half health any unit, and they have a +1. So if they're lucky, they can wipe a loyal guard in an instant. I've had my Conqueror charge into a Iron Reaper, and I lost it all completely. It was Iron Reapers are great. The thing about their flail as well, it ignores block. So again, that special factor about Iron Reapers gives them a notable ability in my book. Looking at the Nafan guards, we've got 6 Nafan guards coming out for MVP this time. 1 Metallitor, strangely enough. A lot of, I think, Royal Janissaries have been swapped out. But we see two Iron Reapers and 1 Royal Janissary still being picked. Lots of Imperial Pikes, lots of Fortebraccio. A good mix of Fortebraccio and Imperial Pikes is a good idea. Lots of loyal guards. Soy may be in for a loop here. The Nafan guards will burn down the loyal guards if the loyal guards decide to just brace on the spot. You need to rush the loyal. You need to rush through and kill the Nafan guards. But if MVP holds, if MVP is able to defend these Nafan guards, my boys, Soy is in for a fight, and it's not going to be good for them. Lots of short swords coming out for both sides. No doubt, no doubt. I think MVP is going to crush Soy, going to make it a 2-0. I'm surprised that it's I'm not actually surprised. I take that back. We saw MVP defend Constantinopolis very well, and we're seeing them attack it. It's not a surprise. Surprisingly enough, Lyra is here. Normally, I talk to him on the normally you get to see a lot of his comments in the Booming Game Discord. Alternative opinions about balancings of units. Well, we'll get to see that. Definitely he's on the winning side this season. Very strong. Right, very strong performance right now. Maybe Soy is on the lower end of skill level, or they just can't handle what MVP is bringing. I'm not using that name. Not only can I not say it. Yeah, Nafan guards are the Siphoneries? Yeah. But that's Mind.com, like, naming convention. We're on the Booming Tech side, so I use the Booming Tech's name. And I'm just more used to it, by the way. I mean, you guys are pretty good at tricking me into calling Metallators Falconettis, but that also has to do with the fact that Metallalotes are, again, have a very similar name to Metallators. But here we go. Very basic beginning. They're gonna use... Wow, actually MVP crushing it on the artillery side. All of the artilleries from the defenders have gone. Yeah, flamers, you know what they are. They've got their special weapon. They're the flamethrowers. Universal name, basically. Because you're just calling it by their weapon. Just letting go the surf units. Surf units will be cleared up. Or maybe not. A couple of them do make it out. Soy maybe doing a mass retreat. A lot of guys have already moved back towards the sea point. You gotta make a decision. Who's calling the shots here? We've got two guys here on the front section. Do they want to hold the A point or do they want to fall back? A lot of guys on the back section. Maybe a confusion. We got some guys in the tunnel moving out. They didn't go for a rush here. MVP going for a right side push. I've never seen this before. Not in a tournament setting. Finally approaching with Fortibrattios and Imperial Pikes. Here we come. MVP is winning ground just by sheer presence alone. Soy might actually be coming up to attack in a second. They'll try to hold this point at the very least. We got Metallators coming into position. This will be very interesting where they're going to throw these guys. Throw these guys on the top of the section of this wall and shoot directly down. That will be massive. Looks like that's what they're doing. Does look like one member from Soy leaves again. Again, you have to your own connection is your own responsibility. Sorry. One volley only gets a couple of kills. Surprisingly, they don't. Why'd they move out? A good alternative, a grape shot down here will definitely be painful to tank. Bam! Down goes a couple more. I think a lot of those shots actually hit the stairs, so that's not good. Stairs not very good for these halberdiers, but fortunately for them, the Alp halberdiers didn't get a good charge. Does get deleted. Hello, pon a loads. Imperial Pikes just instantly catching these loyal guards. These loyal guards not doing too well, although they did recover. I believe some hero saved them. Alp halberdiers trying to suppress this stairs, but not doing too well. Here comes a main gate push. Flamethrowers from one side, flamethrowers from another side. Both sides are losing. Soy just losing ground like crazy, one after another, falling like flies right now. Iron Reapers didn't connect with anything, but definitely intimidating. Soy losing just a bunch of units. I don't think they got very many in return. MVP not even slowing down. Are we going straight up? This is what I like to see. But we know that most of the Soy defenders are already in position. So probably not a good idea to go straight in. Does look like they pull off the attack. They have time. They have plenty of time. A and B will be an easy grab. It'll be a long time to defend at C. I wonder what we're going to see from Soy. Soy is playing at stock standard for now. Not doing too well, though. The Nafan guards are being a pain in the ass. The one thing that they need to deal with, they are not dealing with very well. MVP turning out for the Mortar side. Strangely enough, in the same position, MVP sallied out to destroy these mortars. But look at this setup. Loyal Guard, Fortebraccio, Imperial Pikes, Fortebraccio. Whew. I would be hard-pressed to make a setup that can break through that in any good time. Not to mention, we still have Iron Reapers, Loyal Guards, at the very back here. But counter-mortaring has begun. The C point is going to be heavily contested with mortars right now. Tanking shots from both sides. Not good, not good. Metalator is being used to break down this wall. They might choose to go for the supply point behind them. It would be a good idea. They have an advantage of about 150 units. Not too many, but I do believe with the number of Nafan guards, that number is massive. Nafan guards or the Flamers, do remember, only have 7 units. One of the lowest unit counts in the game. Coming up second, we have Berserkers with 8. Soy spots the rear section, but this might be just a massive bait. Here comes a push. We've got Iron Pagodas, Iron Reefers, and Shield Maidens all charging in. Flamers in the back. We've got some Namcans, including from the defenders. We got some Tertials and some Janissary Succopeteers, but the tidal wave of infantry is still ongoing. Close range Metallators do beat up. It's just a range fight. Both piles are disappearing, but does look like MVP is on the losing end. They couldn't get close enough to that pile of range. Couldn't rush him. Does look like they lost quite a bit in that exchange. That was good for Soy. allows the ranged units to have maximum advantage. Don't let MVP approach at all. Finishing off the rest of those mortars and artilleries are very important indeed. I would get out of there, those two longsword, Leo, and I think that was Sylvanus. Tries to escape. Does he die by fall damage? He does not. No one chases him down, though. Honestly, I would just jump on the ladder and chase him down. Depending on how much health he has. He probably has quite a bit of health. The first attack failing. Again, attackers don't have the opportunity to force the defenders, don't have the opportunity to pick their battlefields. The defenders do. And that battlefield was hella advantageous for MVP. They have two sets of Falconettis or Metallators shooting directly. Here comes another push. I don't think Soy is prepared for this push. There's no ranged units firing. And also the front line's about to just go down already. The heroes are already on their way to kill these ranged units. We got one Metallitor shooting down, but I think at half health or at sub-optimal efficiency, we're going to look down. Bah! Yeah, this is just a rush. Second time does it. This supply point is going to get taken. Question is Soy going to be able to defend the C point, or are they going to run back towards the base point? Impressive display and commitment from both teams. Not a very good decision to tank the Vortibracios for free here, but here comes free units, in fact. These are retreating units. They changed over. Loyal Guards facing the wrong direction, does lose out a couple of them. Vortibracios moved up all the way, but the Loyal Guards not 100% in contact. These damn cans of only 8 of them. Why are you using them? Although there's only 8 of them, they will do some damage, but not terribly effective. Soy is about to be cleaned up from this C point, but those that are on the base point coming up from the rear, right hand, came out through the south side entrance, does look like they're catching something or fighting at the very least. Trying to drag back any advantage they can get. Oh my god, my throat is going to be... Ah, bad miss. He tried to deathmark the guy, but it failed. Does go down though. 12 defenders, 600 units left. 800 units for the attackers. Attackers looking strong. They didn't take too many losses, and it looks like they want to just go straight in. This is going to be a pitched battle here, only coming from one direction, maybe in the defenders' favor, but a lot of the defenders don't look like they have any units. Why are you saving them? Why are they in the back? You should be ready. You should be fighting. One by one, the units come in. One by one, they fall. The tidal wave from MVP, crushing it. Nafan Guards burning down the entire front line right now. We've got Nafan Guards for days right now. Here comes more pike units, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The shield units are down. The Nafan Guards are still alive. Heroes are falling one by one. Short swords doing... Wow! Here comes some Tundra humans. Tundra humans making an absolute mess of the attackers right now. But down they go one by one. The sheer massive infantry here is winning. Tundra humans do a clean charge on one section. Nafan Guards are probably out of ammo now. I just saw them switch to their melee. Their melee's not too bad, if I say. But for 7 units, it's quite crap. The heroes, somehow, Soy is holding this base point, but they have to hold it for 7 minutes, 300 units left to go, 600 units out for the attackers, we are seeing a cap point. The defenders do lose out. MVP winning 2-0. Congratulations, MVP. You have won. Wow, we have just watched 3 matches in a row go back to back. Impressive displays. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see one go to a field battle. But the last one was quite entertaining. Quite a strong finish. Taking a quick look at the MVPs and look at the scores. Not doing too bad for everyone. Sasuke disconnecting several times. Very unfortunate for the guy. Unfortunately, that is not our problem or the tournament's problem. It is his. So, no permadeath, in fact. Probably didn't fight as hard as they could have as heroes, but I'm not going to discredit them. They did make it into the tournament. That means they are worthy to be top, the strongest teams in SA. I say strongest. They are the competitive teams of SA. I think that is all for today. No more battles. I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna take a drink, and I will upload the first my commentary for the first battle and edited it so it's at the beginning of the video. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary. Please catch the Asia Pacific tournament later tonight. It starts early at let me just double check, and let me double check so that I don't miss it. All right. Yes, it does. It starts early. 7:30. 7:30 start. So we have a 7:30 start for the Asia Pacific tournament. Otherwise, you can catch me tomorrow as well for the next section of the... Oh, wait, no. There's no battle tomorrow for the Asia. Right. Mina? Mina. There we go. Otherwise, the only battle tomorrow, actually, in fact, is the Mina at 5 o'clock. Oh, surprisingly at 5 o'clock for me. But yes, please catch the Asia Pacific finals, Asia Pacific Division finals. Other than also, if you like me, please follow my own channel. It is I am just filling in for Fyro. Otherwise, follow Fyro anyway. I will always be commentating with Fyro whenever I can. Besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed. That is all for right now. My name's AdVictoriam, and I'm out of here. Thanks for staying. I'm booking it out now, guys. Bye.